Hi, my name is Dr. Ray Pastor, and today I'm going to talk about whether you should, force participation in an online class. I've done a number of experiments throughout the years where I've had a class not participate. I've had a class participate using the same exact material, just on different groups of students, and looked at the trends in my end of the semester evaluations to see if students enjoyed the class or not. We have a lot of research out there about social presence saying that students need to be, actively engaged. They need to enjoy, they need to be able to participate in order to be motivated and enjoy your course. With this social presence, t-shirt presence idea, you get students to participate. It's like them feeling, more connected to the classroom. So having said that, but what does it really do? Should we have them participate? I don't think for every class students need to participate at all. I think there are some courses that are probably more informational, or it just the instructional strategies used don't entail that. But I think for most courses it does matter, and students need to be participating. So should you actually force it or not? So what happened? All right, so I'll just talk about, I've done this in 3 different classes, 2 graduate, 1 undergrad. So I've gotten to compare teaching that class with forced and non-forced participation. So maybe let me start out with, what do I mean by forced participation? I mean telling students, hey, you have to participate 2 times each week, or 1 time each week, or whatever it may be, 1 time every 2 weeks, but there's some kind of forced participation in the discussion. All right, so the reason that I did this, so what I did is I taught a course, and I decided that this was a graduate course. And I had the same result in my other graduate course in undergrad where I didn't force participation. And I actually started doing this. I did this little experiment because I wanted my graduate students actually challenged me and said, we don't need forced participation in a class. I had a student write during their reflection they didn't enjoy being forced to participate. I talked to a few of my graduate students. They said, yeah, we don't need to be forced to participate. We will participate a lot without it. So, I ran this little experiment to kind of see what would happen. So what did happen? So first of all, I actively posted in the discussion board all semester, as I normally do. I posted announcements. I posted like extra files that I found, a cool reading that I just came across that wasn't part of the course content. I probably, I think in the beginning of the semester, I had maybe 1 or 2 posts from students in the discussion board. Throughout the semester, I told students I asked them to participate. I said, please participate. Please feel free to participate, as I would send out weekly emails and stuff. I don't remember having any more student posts. Maybe 1 towards the end, so I might have had 3. I had less than 5 total. And that goes for my other graduate class and other undergraduate class. Those semesters, so then my other classes, I force participation. So when I force participation, I usually have them participate 1 to 2 times every unit, which is 8 units per semester. So each unit is about 2 weeks long. So they're forced to post, 2 times per unit. So they're roughly forced to post around 30 times per unit. Plus they submit assignments in there. So they roughly participate, 40 to 50 times per semester. Each student does. Okay, so, obviously me forcing participation caused my students to be forced to participate more. So the discussion boards were much more lively, obviously, because I didn't get any participation when I didn't force it. And, my students are good, nice students that like to be interactive and stuff. They just it falls off. They might be motivated the first week or 2 to do it, and then it slowly falls off to none. Okay, so what student feedback did I get at the end of those semesters? So first of all, the way that I'm rated in my university is out of 5. We can have 5 equals the students loved you. That's all those student evaluations even mean, is whether the students liked you or the class or not. They have no impact on learning. So I usually get a 4.5 on average, a 4.5 out of 5. It's high. I get above 4 every semester for pretty much every single class. Those classes that I didn't force participation, my scores were 2.6. 2.7, under 3. I mean, they weren't 1s, but they were 2 something. No content changed. Class size similar. Obviously, you get different groups of students. You get different kinds of classes. They either click and flow or they don't, but nothing had really changed. My instructional strategies were all the same. Obviously, I updated content and stuff. I mean, I've done this twice now with the same course where I went in and out, switch it. So we did 2 graduate classes. Similar results both times. When I force the participation, my scores are above 4. When I do not force the participation, my scores are consistently in the 2s. So what does it tell me when nothing else? It tells me that forced participation engages students, brings them together, and really shows that their social presence in the course makes them enjoy the course more. It really does. So which is kind of surprising. Now, the big question, though, is does this student satisfaction really even make a difference in the course? Do I think the students who took my class and didn't do all those posts, do I think they learned less? No. Content was all the same. The assignments were the same. Does learning take place in the discussion board? Yeah, it can. When a student has a question and can clarify things, I think that there's learning there. But I also think a lot of that learning is maybe sometimes outside the objectives of the course. Because I made sure that students did learn the objectives of the course. So I don't think they didn't get the objectives at the end of the class. I think that, yes, there probably was some additional learning, but not learning that was required of the course, which is why I don't always think it's necessary. And I think it's something to look at when we talk about student satisfaction. So back to the first question I asked, should you force participation? I think if you want students to be happier at the end of your course and you want to have a lively discussion board and have them give you that good feedback and like your course a little more, I think you should require it. Yes, there will be 1 or 2 students that don't really like forced participation, but the majority will like it more. You'll have more students that do like it than don't. Thank you.